You followed every rule, you filled out every form, you paid every fee, you waited, sometimes years. And now, in May 2026, the government looked at everything you did legally and said, not good enough. Go back where you came from and start over. That is not a metaphor. That is the actual policy that dropped on May 21st, 2026. And I need you to understand exactly what they changed and why calling it a clarification is one of the most cynical things this administration has ever done. For over 50 years, there has been a legal pathway called adjustment of status. If you were already in the United States, on a work visa, a student visa, married to a citizen, you could apply for your green card without leaving, without uprooting your life, without saying goodbye to your job, your kids' school, your home. Hundreds of thousands of people do this every year. It is not a loophole. It is the law. It has been the law since 1952. On May 21st, 2026, USCIS issued Policy Memorandum PM-602-0199. The title alone tells you everything. Adjustment of status is a matter of discretion and administrative grace and an extraordinary relief. Administrative grace. That is what they are calling your legal right now. The memo instructs USCIS officers to treat staying in the U.S. to get your green card as extraordinary, meaning the default assumption is now that you should leave, go to your home country, and apply at a consulate abroad. And if you can't prove why you deserve to stay, they can deny you. They dropped this memo on a Wednesday before a holiday weekend. Immigration lawyers say their phones rang off the hook. Here is what makes this so calculated. These are not people who sneaked in. These are not people who overstayed a tourist visa. These are people who were explicitly told by the U.S. government, you are eligible to apply here. You can stay here while we process you. So they built their lives here. They bought houses. They had children. They started businesses. They paid taxes. They did everything right. And now the government is saying, actually, you have to prove why you deserve what we already told you you were eligible for. One immigration attorney said it plainly. This is simply an attempt to limit and scare people away from the legal immigration process. Another called it a chilling effect. Cases that were ready to file are now on hold because nobody knows what the rules actually are anymore. And USCIS's justification, they called this a return to the original intent of the law. 50 years of practice, and suddenly it's a loophole. 50 years of people trusting this process, and suddenly that trust is your problem. This is not isolated. This is a pattern. According to the Cato Institute, which is libertarian, not liberal, the cuts to legal immigration in 2026 are now twice as large as the cuts to illegal immigration at the border. Twice. They will tell you this is about security, about sovereignty, about protecting American workers. But when you are going after people who are already here legally, who already have jobs, who are already contributing, that argument falls apart. This is about making legal immigration feel so dangerous, so uncertain, so exhausting that people give up. And some people will. That is the point. I came to this country legally. I built a life here legally. And I am telling you, as an immigrant with questions, that what is happening right now is not about the law. It is about fear. It is about making us feel like guests who can be asked to leave at any moment. We are not guests, and we are not going to be quiet about it. If this affects you or someone you know, share this video, subscribe, and read the full essay on Substack, link in the description, because there is a lot more to unpack.